welcome to this video lesson of SPSS. In this video lesson, we are going to show you how to conduct independent samples t-test and how to interpret the test result. So when will you conduct independent samples t-test? The answer is, suppose your dataset has a categorical variable with only two independent groups and you have at least one continuous variable, then you should conduct independent samples t-test to know whether the group means are equal or not. And one more thing you have to remember, there are always two hypotheses. One is null hypothesis and the second one is alternative hypothesis. The null hypothesis says that the group means are equal or equivalent, and the alternative hypothesis says that the group means are not equal or not equivalent or different. However, I have my dataset here. I assume there is a class, and this class has only 10 students, and these 10 students have participated in an exam and they got their marks by their examiner, and after they are provided with their marks, the examiner is has taken their opinion, a student's opinion, whether they are satisfied or dissatisfied. 5 of them say that they are satisfied and the other 5 say that they are not satisfied, dissatisfied. Those who said satisfied, I coded them as 0, and those who said dissatisfied, I coded them as 1. So after you get your data prepared, go to Analyze and focus on Compare Means, and from here click on Independent Samples t-test. In this dialog box you will find all of your variables listed on the left side. You have to pass the continuous variable in the test variables box. So I will pass marks in the test variable box because marks is a continuous variable. We see the marks is a continuous variable here. And you will pass the categorical variable in the grouping variable box. And you have to define the groups. I have defined the first group as 0, those who said satisfied, and the second group as 1, so 1 for group 2, and click on Continue. And you have to set the confidence interval. I have set it 95. You can set 90, 99, according to your requirement on it. Click on Continue and finally click on OK. There are two outcome tables. First one is group statistics, which talks about the numerical description of your dataset. You will find number of respondents, the mean value of each of the group, and the standard deviation and the standard error mean. Our main focus is the second table, which is called Independent Samples Test table. If you look column wise, you will find there are two main portions here. First one is related with variances, Levin's test for equality of variance. From here you will be assured whether there is equal variances in the two groups, and or the unequal variances in the two groups. And after being sure whether the type of variances of your group here from the Levin's test, you will switch to the second portion. And one more thing, if you find equal variances of your group, you will interpret the first row, equal variances assumed row. Or if you find unequal variances in your groups, in your dataset, you will accept unequal variances, equal variances not assumed row. Now come to the interpretation. Look at the significance value of Levin's test. The rules is different here, and the different rule is that if the significance value of Levin's test is greater than 0.05, your dataset has equal variances between the two groups. Otherwise, if it is less than 0.05, it means there is unequal variances in the two groups. So what I find here for this dataset, the significance of Levin's test is less than 0.05. So for my dataset, there is unequal variances of the groups, and I will interpret this second rule, I mean equal variances not assumed. Now come to the next portion. Here you have to interpret the significance or p-value to come to the conclusion, and as normally we know, you will accept the null hypothesis when the significance or p-value is greater than 0.05. Otherwise, if the significance or p-value is less than 0.05, you will reject the null hypothesis. So what we see here, the significance or p-value is 0.009, which is less than 0.05. So we have to reject the null hypothesis or accept alternative hypothesis, and the alternative hypothesis says that the group means are different. So this is the conclusion. The conclusion is that the group means of the two groups are different. You can be more ascertained by looking at the group statistics table. Here you see the mean value of the two groups. The first group, I mean, who said satisfied, they have a mean value, I mean mean marks of their mean 77.60, and those who said dissatisfied, their mean value is 61. The difference is 6.60, which is statistically, I mean, which is quite higher. I mean, the difference is quite higher. So from here also we can say the group means are statistically different or statistically unequal or not equivalent. So this is the end of this video. I hope this video helps you to some extent. Anyway, if you have any question regarding the tests or anything, please feel free to ask in the comment section, and thanks for watching.